Hello, hello. Good evening, everybody. Those of you in TCGO land / people, watching me. It's about 10 to 7 right now. So depending on what time it is, I don't know. It's good evening for me if you're in my time zone. But I had a match with Ghost and stuff against some random dude. TCGO servers were kind of empty tonight, so to find this first game actually took me like 2 or 3 of these little circle things, which is kind of weird. But I just ended up leaving and then coming back in. So yeah, that's how that worked. But I am using this deck. I know some people are kind of on the fence about it. Hey, I kind of like it. I kind of don't. Whatever. I was just looking at emotes right there because it was taking forever to people to come in. But I end up finally facing this guy by the name jjgreenfam. Pull a decent hand. It's not exactly the strongest one in the world, but it gets me Cleffa and it gets me some basics. So after I play everything I need to, I can start shuffling around my hand again, which is not terrible. I kind of wish I had at least one energy so I wouldn't have to waste that turn. But you can't always get the best hands in the world. So I turned on animations again because Flash Player got an upgrade, so it doesn't actually lag for me anymore, which is amazing. I love that so much. But I played on my Lost World because from what I've seen, they don't normally have stadium cards, and I should have another Lost World, which I think end up drawing now. So if he does have a stadium card, I'll have to make sure to save that second Lost World for later. I'm just playing that while I have it in my hand, so that way, Cleffa doesn't shuffle it, and then I don't end up drawing it again, except for the fact that I ended up drawing another one. Now, what he's doing right now could be a bad decision because he's clogging up his deck with he's clogging up his bench with Reshiboarphlosionthingie. And I haven't seen the rest of his deck at this point, but actually, we'll see it in a little bit. I really don't want to get too ahead of myself. The point is he's putting down way too many Reshiboarphlosionthingies. I think he puts on another one next turn. But right now, I've already exhausted all of my options in my hand. As much as I want to evolve that Ghastly, again, Rare Candy, I think I only have one in this deck. I need to work on that too. But I get my Haunter now, which is nice. It doesn't look like I'm going to be any immediate danger, even if I decide to wake up, because he's not going to start attacking me. He'd much rather shuffle and start getting his end of the field set up before, starting to attack me with Eek. So, he uses Professor Elm's training method to evolve his Vulpix into a Ninetales. Now, how this deck works, Reshiram, the standard one is Reshiram, Typhlosion, and Ninetales. Ninetales, you discard an energy card and you get to draw 3 cards. Typhlosion's abilities, you get to get an energy from the discard pile and attach it to any one of your Pokemon. And you can do both of those once per turn. Now, when you put him on Reshiram, when you put the damage counter on it, Reshiram has Outrage, which is 20 plus 10 for every damage counter on it. So they work with each other. You draw, and then Typhlosion is that middle phase where you pull up what you just discarded, and you put a damage counter on Reshiram to also power up its blue, or give it enough power for Blue Flare and to power up its Outrage. So they work very efficiently and very quick together. But you also draw through your deck very quickly as a result. So if you can stall it out for a little bit, then that's kind of a good thing to have going on. Now, I see Oak and I see Collector. I figure I might as well go for Collector in that time. And I am disappointed that I do not have Mr. Mime. This is what I get for only running one of those. And I was kind of like spacing out. I was like, what was I going to get? And the reason I spaced out, because I forgot what I was going to get because I didn't actually have it. My Mime actually turns out to be in one of my prize cards. I don't know which one it is at this point. And I think I end up pulling only one prize card in this whole game anyway. But I put down both of my Mime Juniors because I have Lost Worlds out. I want to use Professor Oak's New Theory next turn, plus I want to, start going for Sleepy Lost and whatnot. Unfortunately, I wake up right now, and that's not really too good for me, since now that he sees what I'm going to be trying to do, he'll probably send in something to try to attack now, since Cleffa has a 0 retreat cost. He has 3 Reshirams on the field, guys, and he's going to start working on that Tepig in the background. He's going to Pecom out, I think, the Cleffa in his hand to get a Pignite. And then I think he also has an Emboar in his hand as well, which is a little bit scary. So I'm kind of hoping I can get my Gengar soon, because if he does search for the Pignite, and I don't know, it's just the assumption to make that he would Pecom for it now if he also has it in his hand as well. The thing is if I can get my Gengar in there and disrupt the process, then that will be beneficial for me. And Emboar's ability is that you can put down as many fire energies as you want per turn, so it operates basically like a fire rain dance. So he puts down the Pignite that he just Pecom'd for, and I'm kind of wondering what he's going to do. If he wants to kill me off, by all means he can go for it, but when you see him discard a card and get more cards, that's basically just Ninetales' ability activating. If anything, you guys might want to watch this video a couple times, because this deck is very popular. You will see it a lot in terms of people using it and then people facing it. It's just mad popular. So he discards because he doesn't have any damage counters on him, so he might as well try to take me out with Blue Flare. Kind of a mistake that he's discarding his his energies when he doesn't actually have a Typhlosion out. He's going to burn through those really quick. Pun somewhat intended? Yeah, because fire. Is anyone else laughing? No? Fuck you guys. Okay. I'm really hoping for that Gengar, and I do get it now, which is awesome. Because this means that I know he more than likely has a bunch of Pokemon in his hand. His bench is stocked, and he has no way to shuffle his hand at the moment. Look at that. I see the Emboar, I see the Typhlosion, which tells me that he's running all of them. Now, what I want to do, I can only discard 4 of those at a time. That's the thing. If I had another energy on it on that first turn, I would have been able to discard everything. But he puts down a Burn Tower, which really scares me, because now I have to get my next Lost World in order to win. And he uses Professor Elm's training method to just circumvent what I just did and search for an Emboar anyway. So I kind of burned through his hand by means of, alternative methods, and he is going to discard a Fire Energy to draw some more. I'm looking pretty good. I've already got 5 out of 6 in the Lost Zone, but the match is by no means over yet because he can still start putting down energies on Reshiram and deal a hefty, hefty chunk to me. Now, I have 1 Mime Junior left, so the other thing I could do, I also have a Spiritomb in my hand, whose ability is it shuffles around the opponent's hand. And I know that since he probably only has a Vulpix on there, what he could do is he could switch out to Cleffa, shuffle it up, and then just try to go from there. But as I mentioned, because his bench is fully evolved, he's not going to be able to put down any of the Pokemon in his hand. I was really scared of a plus power right here if he was going to have one. But the thing is he doesn't, so he can go for a Blue Flare all he wants, but I will be left at 10 HP because I don't have any prior damage on me at all. He does 120 and, I have 130. Now, I'm going to put down a Psychic Energy on Ghastly in case he decides to kill that one off. But what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to use my Twins because he actually killed off my Mime Jr. I think I end up... Now, this turn is somewhat important. I'm kind of looking for it, even though I just passed by one like twice. I finally find one all the way at the end. But I'm going to get a Lost World and a Catcher. Now, how this is important, he has 0 energies on that Emboar. That thing is a fat fuck. Now, what that does for me is because he has no energies on it... this means that he'll have to put 4 down in order to start attacking or to retreat it. So, and the thing is that since he doesn't have his Typhlosion either, his energy flow is just going straight to the the discard pile at a really alarming rate. But I also see what I can do here is I can go for Curse Drop and just drop that son of a bitch Cleffa, in there, and then, oh, hey, Mime, what's up? What you doing in my prize pile? I didn't want to spoil that I drew him on the first one, so that's a little bit lucky, 1 out of 6. The fact that I actually got a kill with this deck is a little bit weird. That doesn't normally happen. It shouldn't happen, but I don't want to tell him that I've got... I don't think he can see what cards I draw with Twins. I don't think it actually requires that I show him, but I'm counting, and I was like, I should have, hurled into darkness from his hand because he probably has a lot of fire energies that he can put down. Now, I'm kind of wondering, why he didn't put them down on Emboar to get out of there. I guess, just not to waste them because he can get a Cyndaquil set up now that he has the space on the bench now. But the thing is I do have 4 Psychic Energies in my hand. He will need to have a Quilava and a Typhlosion at one point or another. I can just snatch those right out of his hand and toss them in the Lost Zone. But I'm kind of waiting to see what he does. He takes fucking forever during one of these portions. I'm actually really, really glad that I thought of capturing that thing out. The thing is that he actually got himself a lot of cards in his hand, but he's also thinned out his deck quite a bit as well. I think I have like 30-something cards in my deck, and then he's got like 15, 16, something like that. I go to check it, and I just go to check the Lost Zone again because this motherfucker's taking forever. He finally starts doing stuff. Like I think he put down a shit ton of energies, and it just kind of completely lagged out on me. He put 0 down on Emboar, which is like he's willing to let me do whatever I want. So it's like, okay. But I go for Seeker just to make sure there is a Pokemon card in his hand. And then that way I can just, swap out Cleffa for Mr. Mime in case I really want to see into his hand for whatever reason. But it's game at this point, guys. That goes from 5 to 7. He does not know that I have Lost World in my hand. He's just assuming that I'm just picking things off just to pick them off. Which is why he's still just kind of setting up in the background, not even worrying about it at all. I definitely, would have tried to put down as much energies as I could on Emboar. Or, used a Catcher, got my Slowpoke out. That probably would have been a better move. I don't know if he's actually, if he drew into those or if he was just getting a shitty hand. But this seems to be that he put too many Reshirams down. That was his main problem. Because he wasn't able to get his Cyndaquil set up. Or I don't know if he only had 1 Typhlosion. I ended up hurling that, which seems a little weird to me, but hey, whatever, you do what you want. I'm just letting you know it didn't work out for you. He goes for Professor Elm's training method or whatever it is, and he doesn't actually pull an evolution card, which tells me that he's out of Pokemon in his deck. He only had the one fucking Typhlosion, I'm assuming, or it's in his hand. Whatever the case, he either has Pokemon in his hand or he doesn't have any evolutions in his deck, which works out for me pretty well. So he puts down his Cyndaquil. It's more than likely that he has those in his hand or whatever, but I don't even care. I'm just going to get his Burn Tower out of there, put down Lost World, and play it for the win. So I really got scared, for a moment, but the fact that I was able to catch her in that Emboar, and he didn't actually end up doing much with it, but that kind of saved me the game there, guys. So if you enjoyed it, you're welcome to like, comment, subscribe, do your thing. Probably going to record Penumbra later tonight as well. It is a Saturday evening. I'm just kind of, updating the tournament bracket, doing my thing, and just kind of stuff. That'll do it out of me. I will see you guys either later tonight or tomorrow. I haven't decided yet. One of the two. But I will be streaming tomorrow morning. That is, or well, not tomorrow morning, maybe tomorrow for sure. So, anyway, just keep your eyes open for that, and I'll see you later.